Today we are going to work in variations of our gate pose Parigasana, okay? So it would be helpful to have two blocks if you have them, and also because we're on our knees for a period of time, a small towel or soft small cushion if you have one, okay? So we'll just start in our wide gate test as we bring ourselves into the middle of the mat, taking our knees out nice and wide as the mat, bringing big toes to touch. And gently take the sit bones back to rest on the heels and really smooth and soften into the tops of the feet. And then from here, extend and lengthen the arms away out in front of us, shoulder width apart. Take a nice big breath in, draw the sit bones back, and as you exhale, just release gently down to the floor. So the forehead might meet the mat, okay? It might just be gently elevated. If it's too much to rest initially in your extended arms, you can always bend your elbows and place your forehead onto your forearms. Remember, at this point, we're just centering, relaxing into our space and bringing ourselves fully present for our session ahead. So just leaving everything behind, just bringing the awareness straight to the breath, finding that lovely inhale. And as the abdomen sort of drops down and opens wide to allow the lungs to expand. Exhaling to soften into the shoulders, into the neck, hips, knees, ankles and toes. So just following that thread of breath in and out through the nose. Lovely. So from here we're just going to slide the hands in, coming into the wide knee to tabletop, okay? And from our wide knee tabletop, inhale, float our right arm up. And as we exhale, a little soft bend into our left elbow and just thread the needle to push through. And then inhale, lift and extend it up. So allow the pelvis to move with you, don't be pushing against the twist and turn. Just follow and flow it out. Exhaling to tuck it in, inhaling to lift it up. Last time, just tucking it in there, fully threading the needle and resting back onto the back of that right arm, okay? From here we're going to place our left hand just onto our left thigh and press and push up. So we're lifting the left shoulder, lifting the side waist, just having a little look to the ceiling. So feeling that into your left waist, left rib cage first. And then from here, we're just going to extend left arm out in front of left shoulder, pressing now left armpit down to right elbow. Feeling the full weight of that right arm nicely into the mat. Keep creeping the left arm away. Lovely, and then we'll bring ourselves back into our center point, and this time doing the same with the left arm. So inhaling, floating that left arm up to the sky, lifting into the side waist and rib cage. And as we exhale, a soft bend to the right elbow and just pressing our left arm through. Inhale, reaching up. And exhale, rolling it in. And inhale, lifting it up. Exhale, rolling it in. Last time as we inhale to lift it up. Exhale, threading the needle fully through. Now you can take the arm across as far as you want. Make sure the whole of the arm's resting on the mat. Placing right hand onto right thigh. Just lift and elevate and turn a little bit. And then we'll extend our right arm out in front of our right shoulder. Walking the arm away, press the armpit down, press it into your left elbow crease. Lovely, and then as we draw it back to center from here, we're going to keep the knees nice and wide. We're going to take the pelvis forward, keep those big toes touching, lift the feet off the mat, press the inside thighs down to the floor, resting out onto our forearms as if we're doing Sphinx pose here. Now really spread out those knees, feel those inside thighs onto the mat, keeping the pelvis, inside thighs grounded. As we exhale, just gently drawing the feet down to the mat. just wherever it takes you. Okay, and when you get to that point where it feels like a stop point, you relax into your glutes and into your hips and just press the feet down and nod a little bit. Good, one more breath here. And then from the forearms, it'll lift and elevate right up into the crown of the head. Brilliant. And then from here, just walk the hands back, keep the feet exactly how they are. Push it all the way up, walk the hands back towards the knees. Tuck the tail under, left hand to left heel as we reach up in a little baby back bend. And then simply sinking the bum down a little bit so we catch hold right heel. Left arm's going back. Good. So think about a wide knee, almost half camel pose. Lovely. And then as we bring the hands back down to the mat, just square off the knees, hips width. Walk the hands forward ever so slightly, curling the toes under, pressing back into our first downward facing dog. So once we come up here, if it doesn't feel the right distance hand to foot, just change it out. Okay. Make sure the feet are hips width, hands shoulder width apart here. And then we're going to do a little twist out. So we're going to bend, okay, and bring our right heel into the middle of the mat, okay. Send our left knee to the right side of the mat. Now lift and elevate and lengthen into your right leg, right into that hip, and gently press back as much as you can, okay. So with that left knee pushing it towards the right side of the mat with the right hip bone lifting up in the sky. And as you draw back with the two arms, feel the lateral stretch. So in the rib cage and in the shoulder. And just breathe into that. Great, and then we'll swing it back to center. Okay, we're going to left heel in the middle of the mat so the hips foot up at a 45-degree angle. We bend our right knee, push it to the left side of the mat. Lengthen back with the two arms, lift into our left hip bone. Okay, and keep really engaging the hands to press back towards the back of the mat. Swinging the right knee to the left side of the mat. Lovely. And then we'll inhale, come back into our center point. Exhale, rock it forward into our plank pose. So from our plank pose, keeping our toes exactly how they are, just drop the hips. Let a lot of weight go into them. Feel the backs of the toes stretching out. Lovely elevation length through the two arms. Good. So simply dropping the knees here, keeping the feet exactly as they are. Okay. We're going to hike the bum up a little bit, bend from the elbows and drop the chest wall directly in between the hands. We've got a little baby back bend here. And tilt that tailbone to the back of the head and lift the chin. Good. And then from here, we're just going to gently lift each knee, slide each leg away. Tops of the feet go onto the mat. Hips width, classic cobra pose. Inhale. Good. Make sure the feet are nice and straight. Exhaling to come down. Slide the hands back a little bit to press up through our table. Curl out our toes, downward facing dog. Okay, and just work the feet into the mat. A little bend and straight into each leg. Lovely. So from here, grounding into our left foot, inhale, float right leg up to the sky. Silent reach into your left heel and then bend our right knee. Okay. And then draw circles on the ceiling with our right knee. Lovely. From here, tucking right knee into chest, we'll step right foot in between our hands. Okay. And then simply drop our left knee. Okay. Softening onto the top of the foot. Slide the right foot back enough so that you can come into your box shape. So from here, we're going to take two blocks either side of us. Okay, so think about your side hips. Okay, we're going to find this nice like little block shape and we're spreading out the toes in our left foot to stabilize that left shin. So inhale, float right arm up to the sky. Okay. And as you exhale, take a little side stretch out to the left. So taking the heel of the left hand to the block. Okay. Now, if you want to deepen the stretch, okay, you can just put the block on its side. Okay. But I want us to keep this bit really stable here so that we are really experiencing the lateral side stretch here. So increasing the length of our side body. So whatever way you're doing it, whether you've got a block on its side, on its high side, or its flat side, whether you're bending the elbow a little bit slightly so that you can get more lateral stretch in your right side, just keep breathing into that. Lovely, and then we'll press it back up to our center point, okay? Dropping the right hand down, okay? Keep the tail tucked under a little bit so we're engaging that right thigh. Inhale, lift and lengthen as we exhale. We're bringing our right hand down to that block and stretching that left side up and over. Okay. So again, you can just slightly bend into the right elbow if you want, okay, to get a little bit more lateral stretch into the left side, but really extending to the fingertips and lifting from that hip bone is going to give you a nice lift into that side. And breathe into it. And then we'll inhale to center, okay, lovely, floating our right arm up to the sky, tuck that tail under, press the hip forward, reach your left arm back, find your left heel, and then just stretch it back. Lovely, and then we'll come back up to center, okay, just point the blocks out of the way, curl the toe under the back foot, step back into your downward facing dog. Inhale forward into plank pose, just drop the pelvis, good. Soften the knees on the mat, and then as we hike the bum up, we drop the chest wall in between the hands. We'll slide the legs and feet away and inhaling into our cobra. Exhaling to come down, sliding hands back a little bit to push up to our tabletop, exhaling downward facing dog. Lovely. And then we'll float our left leg up. Okay. Grounding fully into the right heel, we'll bend our left knee, reach the left knee up to the sky. Lovely. And then draw little circles on the ceiling. Brilliant. Keeping that lovely shoulder and that left side stabilized. And then we'll tuck left knee and step left foot in between the hands, dropping our right knee again, coming into that box shape with the two blocks either side of our hips. So tucking the tail under slightly to engage that right thigh. Lovely. Take the left hand down, float the left arm, right hand down, float the left arm up. And then as we exhale, we're going to stretch it out to the right. Good. So you can bend into that elbow if you want, but get the lateral stretch on the left side working for you here. Lovely. One more breath. And then inhaling to center, left arm comes down, right arm comes up. And then out we go to the left. Lovely. So draw back into that hip bone, lift up into the fingers. And then inhaling to center, just pop the blocks out of the way, curl the toe under, step back into your downward facing dog. Lovely. Inhale forward into our plank pose again, just simply dropping the knees, bending from the elbows, chest wall sinks in between the two hands, sliding legs and feet away, and coming up onto elbows for our Sphinx pose. So lengthen each leg away from here. Press the forearms into the mat and lift and lengthen into the crown of the head. Now spread the fingers and really ground the hands into the mat. And as we inhale, now just be careful if you need to slide the arms away a little bit further, slide them away a little bit further. We can inhale, push up onto straight arms. So at this point, really soften into your lower back. Now ground our right hand to the mat without dropping into our left side. Float that left arm up. Try and keep the shoulders nice and even. Good. And then we release left arms. Make sure we're squared off with the pelvis, floating up our right arm. Breathe. Lovely. Once the hands come down, forearms come down, slide the hands back, press up through the table, back into downward facing dog. And just give yourself a couple of breaths here. Just softening into the spine. Lovely, then we're going to pop onto our knees here, okay? So from our knees, make sure we're in tabletop. Okay. You can have the knees slightly closer together if you can stabilize a little bit better, but other than that, try and keep the hips width. Okay. So we'll relax the top of the left foot onto the mat. We'll ground into our hands. We'll lift our right knee off the mat and we're going to swing it out to the side with flexion with our foot. Okay. And then squeeze and draw it in. And lift and extend. And draw it in. And lift and extend. So as high as you can go. Thigh parallel to the floor. Good. One more time. Good. Now we're going to lift that knee and thigh. Okay, and we're going to draw it to our right shoulder. Keep flexion in the foot and press it back high. And then draw it back to our right shoulder and press it back high. Now if it's easier to be on your fingertips and that right hand, pop onto your fingertips and press it back. Put a lot of activity in that leg. Squeeze it in. Press it back. Last time to squeeze it in. Now as we press it back, we're going to cross the right thigh, okay, across that left leg. So it's like we're coming into cow's face, but not exactly. You don't have to move your legs. We're just going to press back onto our elbows, okay? And from here, just let your right butt cheek sink down towards your heels. So you should feel this working the IT band of your right leg. Lovely, so it's like a half cow's face. And then we'll press it back into our table. Okay, settle. And this time left leg. So we're going to lift the left knee, flexion into our left foot and swing the knee out wide and then squeeze and draw it in. So of course engaging Mula Bandha, keeping that core really active. Okay. So when we're swinging the leg around, don't just keep the tummy soft. Pull the belly button into spine and engage that core and lift that pelvic floor. Good. And then last time out. Okay, I'm going to tuck that left knee into the shoulder and then press it back. And draw the knee into the shoulder and press it back. And draw the knee into the shoulder and really open that hip. Last time to tuck it in, and as you press it back, you're going to cross that left thigh over the right. Foot splays out a little bit. We'll just rest onto our elbows. Okay. And then sink our butt cheeks down towards our heels. So hopefully feeling now this in your left IT band. Brilliant, and then we'll swing it back into classic tabletop, taking our sit bones back to our heels, just lengthen the arms away, hare pose. Excuse me. Brilliant. From hare pose, stack it out, shoulders over hands, curling toes under bum, smooch back towards our heels, lift and float the knees off the mat, pressing back into downward facing dog. Lovely, inhaling, floating that left leg up, stepping left foot in between the hands. Okay, now keep the feet straight. Okay, little soft bend into our left knee. Okay, squaring off the pelvis, and then as we inhale, we're just going to straighten the leg a little bit. Exhale, just fold it down. Inhale, straightening another little bit. Pressing into that back heel. Lovely, and then we'll rebend our left knee, step our right foot in slightly, swivel that heel down. Same thing again, pyramid pose. If you want, you can take your blocks and bring them down beside you and then just fold into it a little bit. Okay, so you can have your blocks forward, you could have your blocks back. Okay, squaring off the pelvis. So we're getting length into our left leg here. Lovely, and then perhaps using those blocks to come and take the right hand over the left foot and gently walk around, squaring off the pelvis, drawing into your left IT band here. Brilliant, one more draw around. keep squaring off the hips. Lovely, and then we'll sink it back to center. We'll bend our left knee, inhale, float up. Catch hold of the fingertip, interlacing the fingers, stretch the arms above. Okay, so warrior one with interlaced fingers, keep the pelvis nice and level. Nice big inhale as you exhale, little side stretch to the left. So grounding into your right little toe side here. And then inhaling to center, and as you exhale, pressing into your right big toe. And then inhale to center, releasing the arms either side, that front foot, step back into downward facing dog. Inhale, forward plank pose. Exhaling either for cobra or upward facing dog. Nice big inhale, soften into the hips, and exhaling downward facing dog. Okay, so just really squaring off those lovely forelimbs. Inhale, floating our right leg up. Tucking right knee into chest, we'll step in right foot in between the hands. Again, keeping the feet straight here. Using your blocks if you need to. Inhale, lift and lengthen, straightening into our right leg. And exhaling, really sort of peeling down that leg. Lovely, one more breath here. Just really surrender into the left, into your right sit bone. Great, and then we'll bend our right knee, step our left foot forward slightly, heel swivels down. Same thing again, pyramid pose. Lifting and lengthening, squaring off hips. Drawing that left hip bone forward, lifting into your right butt cheek. Again, you can use your blocks to sweep the arms forward, or if you prefer to take the arms back. So just finding something that allows you to really focus the awareness in the lengthening the right leg and the fold. And then lifting left hand over right foot and keeping the pelvis nice and squared off. So draw back into your left hip bone slightly to increase the length into your left side. And breathe. Lovely, and then as we come back to center, we'll soft bend into our right knee, inhaling up, interlacing fingers, heels of the hands to the sky. Nice big inhale here, and as we exhale, we'll take it out to the left. So really pressing into that back foot. Inhaling to center, we'll take it out to the right. Lovely, and as we bring ourselves back to center, just floating it down. Again, back into our downward facing dog. Forward into our plank pose, exhaling just through our vinyasa, cobra or upward facing dog. Exhaling, downward facing dog. Good. So we're going to start on our left leg. Okay, and we'll have our blocks nearly available to us. Okay. So from here, floating left leg up, and then stepping left foot in between hands. Okay, once it's there, we're going to drop our right knee. Now give ourselves enough space and distance on the mat to be able to fully extend this right leg. So we're going to bring our right hip over our right knee. Okay, press up onto the heel of our left legs. Coming into our Ardha Hanuman half splits. We want to really press the heel into the mat, draw the toes back, and draw back into our left butt cheek. So just breathe here, just for a moment. Don't think about the forward fold, just think about length into that leg. The hips nice and squared off. And then from here, just rock forward onto the toes and press back to the heels. So forward and back. Try and get the toes to touch the floor. Lovely. Now once we've brought it forwards, just press and hold down onto that. Really push those toes down. Lovely. And then we'll bring our knee forward. Okay. And just press wherever we're at. Okay. Drawing hips forward and down. Really sinking into the hip flexor of our right leg. Good. So we're coming back into our half splits. Okay, from our half splits, we're going to take a block to the inside of our left calf. Okay, sort of allowing that space with about 2 or 3 inches of space in between. Okay, place left forearm onto that block, palm of the hand facing the sky. Now, you can take your right foot in ever so slightly. Okay, and then inhale, reach up into that right side. Okay, so again, you can use your block on its high side. If you don't need your block, don't use it. Okay, so you should feel that really getting that turn into your left side and the left hip. Relaxing into the right shoulder. Right, drawing the toes back. And then we'll release that to the floor, okay? And we'll walk it around. So when we come into our Parigasana gate stance, okay, we want right knee, okay, directly under its hip. Okay, so do find the space first. It doesn't matter if you haven't come into it straight away, okay? And we're going to take the block, okay, maybe a couple of inches away from the side of our right leg. Now, when you look at your left foot, I want you to really press little toe side down into the mat and lift into this inside thigh and into this hip. So we're going to float the arms up, and firstly, just a little lateral stretch across and across. Lovely. Now, increasing that lateral stretch by bringing left arm down, right arm up and over. As we come across, we're going to stretch it across to the right. Right hand comes down, left arm comes up and over. Pressing it back up, left side. Coming back to center, pressing it down. Coming in back to center, just drop the bum and press the chest ball down. Inhale, float it up, back into that left side. Back into your right side. Good, back up to center. Drop the bum, drop the chest. Inhale, coming up, lovely. So from here, left hand comes down, right arm comes up and over. Now lift it up and out and send the left arm up, float it away. Brilliant. And then inhaling to center, we'll bring our right hand down. Okay, bring our left arm up and over. Okay, flexion into your left foot. Inhale, float that left leg off the mat. Good. Pressing into that, lovely. And then as we ground that left foot back down, turning back onto the sole of the foot. Inhale, coming up. I want you to curl the toe under in your right foot. Okay, so pressing the backs of the toes into the mat. Okay, we're going to bring our bum back onto that heel. Okay, lovely. And then from here, turn the head, neck, chest into the space in between and send the arms away. Okay, so what I want you to be very aware of is this left foot. Okay, try not to roll onto the instep, keep it nice and active. Okay, we have the toe curled under in the right foot. Just breathe into that. Keep pressing into left little toe side. Okay, lovely. Slide the hands in. We're going to come off that toe now, placing the top of that right foot into the mat. Same thing again. Drop your butt cheek back down onto your right heel. So as you get lower in the left side, it's harder to keep this foot really engaged. Do work it. Curl it properly into that mat. And then extending the arms away. So keep thinking active side ankle of that left foot. Lovely. Then we'll walk our hands to the center. Lovely. Gently pressing it all the way up. Lovely. Floating the arms out. Okay. A lateral stretch to the right, taking our right hand down. Now from here, okay, if you don't need your block, smidge it away, placing the fingertips on the floor. Okay. Once you've got that there, left arm's coming up and over. Okay. Keep the tail tuck in the right side. Maybe the whole of the right hand comes down. Flexion into our left foot, up it comes. Good. So from here, we're going to swing left arm back, swing left foot back, reach back, grab our left ankle or top of the foot with our left hand, push our left hip forward, lift into that right arm. Lovely, and then press it out, up and over, flexion into the foot, back we come to center. Okay, once we come back to center, we're going to drop back onto our right heel. This time we're rolling onto the heel of our left foot. Okay, so from here, Again, we're going to come into that midline space. So draw back into your left sit bone, press your left heel away, and walk the arms away. Good. So you should feel a lovely super stretch in that left leg. Good. Heel those chests down. And then as we slide the hands in, we're going to adjust the position of our right leg. So lift off, switch the right leg out a little bit, okay? So now you're on the top of that shin, okay? Just be careful if your knee's a little bit sore here, okay? Lovely. So from here, left hand's coming into the inside of our left leg. So again, you can place your block there. Left hand's coming into the left side, left forearm. Inhale, reach and lengthen into that right side. Okay, now use the elbow against that leg or into the mat to turn the left side through another little bit. And then as we exhale, reach that right arm up and over. Let's see if we can find our right big toe, right little toe. Okay, or maybe it's just gently floating, or maybe it's behind the head. Okay, so we're getting that lovely turn, whichever way we're at it. Brilliant, and then we'll come back up to our center. We're going to laterally stretch to the right, place right forearm down and stretch over to that left side. Good. And then as we come back to center, we're going to bring ourselves forward again, back into that gate pose. So once we're in gate pose here, okay, and take right arm out in front of right knee, okay, and then just a gentle turn to the left. Breathe. Good. And then we'll press it all the way up. Okay, tuck the tail under, float the right arm back to the right heel, float that left arm up and over. Good. And then inhaling to center. Now from here, okay, we're going to take the two hands down, but we're going to bring them either side of our right leg. So we're over a little bit. Okay. So we're going to ground the hands into the mat. We're going to come onto our left instep, okay? Cut the fingertips of the left hand, extend and lift that left leg. Good, now sweep it all the way around. Once you swept it all the way around, let that right hand really work into the mat and into the ground. Lift into your right shoulder. Reach back, see, can you find that left foot? Okay, good, and then gently press into that leg. Brilliant, and then we'll step that foot out wide. From here, cut the fingertips, step our right foot out wide. Move the block out of your way, feet are parallel, just hang it down into a fold. Brilliant. And inhale, floating all the way up. Bring the arms out parallel. Good. So we're going to lift and turn the toes on the left foot slightly, right foot and leg all the way. Warrior two. Good. So from warrior two, a little lateral stretch. We'll reverse warrior. Inhaling to center, we'll laterally stretch to get fully over down that right thigh, right foot, hand sweeps inside that right leg. Maybe on your block, maybe onto your inside ankle. Sweeping that left arm up and over. Lift into your left thigh and hip. Brilliant. And then as we release the hands down, okay, we're going to just roll onto the heel of our left foot, okay, coming into our little bent knee, heel into sit bone. Good. Extend and fully stretch out to that left heel. Brilliant. And then we'll take the forearms down towards the mat. So hands come down, and then we gently press down to the forearms. Push slightly back with the right elbow against that right thigh. Good. Now really grounding into this left foot and leg. Sweep the right arm underneath your right shin. Find your hip. Extend the left arm away. Sweep it all the way round. And find that lovely right hand. Just breathe. Steady your gaze to keep your balance. Brilliant. So I'll pop the two hands down on the floor, okay? As we walk it, we're going to walk it around to our right foot, okay? Step the left foot behind to the right side of the mat, slightly behind. Inhale, float it up. Catching hold of our right heel or hand to stretch it out to the left side. Brilliant. Inhale to center, exhaling as we fold it down. Step the 2 feet together. Roll forward, fold. Inhaling into our half. And exhaling to step, jump or walk back to plank, to flow down, to cobra or upward facing dog. And a nice big inhale. Exhaling, downward facing dog. So just give yourself a moment here. Okay, just taking the hands, the feet. Lengthening the spine, side body. Try not to dip the back too much by tucking the tail just in slightly to lengthen into the lower lumbar sacral region. Lovely. So from here we'll float our right leg up. Step our right foot in between the hands and gently drop our back knee. Okay. Coming into our Adha. So from here, left knee's under the left hip. Okay. Right heel's directly out in front of right hip. And we'll just gently draw back first. So don't worry about forward fold just yet. Just gently draw it back. Okay. And then we'll rock forward to the toe and back to the heel. And forward to the toes and back to the heel. Just really trying to press down so you're getting that mobility over your ankle. Lovely. Last time to come forward. As the foot comes down, you're going to press your right knee forward. Now lift up the head, neck and chest and press down into your hips. Good. So big breaths here into your left hip, flex our right glute. Right hip crease as well. Brilliant. So as we bring it back into our half splits, we're going to take that block if we need it to the right inside calf. Okay, lovely. Placing the right forearm onto the block with the palm facing upwards. Sending the left foot in slightly. Inhale, reaching up into that left side. Good. So keep lifting this left side, drawing your right side in, relaxing the left shoulder. Remember, don't punish the shoulders for what the torso won't do. Okay, just get the torso to do a little bit more work. Brilliant. And then as we release it down, we're going to walk it round into our gate pose, bringing that block then to the left hand side. So do find your space that works for you on the mat. Okay, left knee's under left hip. Okay, tail's tucked under. Blocks just slightly to that right side so you can gently put your hand down on it. No bother, arms come up. Just a couple of lateral stretches first, over and across. Good. And then from here we're going to take right hand down, sweep left arm up and over. Bring ourselves to center, sweep left hand down, bring right arm up and over. Up to center, right hand down, left arm. Up to center, right hand down, left arm. Up to center, bow it down. Inhale to center, right side, left side. Into center, bow it down. Inhaling, lovely, left side. Coming back to center, right side. Good, so from here, okay, we're going to lifting up out of the waist. We're going to drink our bum back. So we're going to curl our toe under that foot, take our bum back onto that heel, sweep the arm out in front of us, into that space, and walk the arms away. So from here, really pressing into the little toe side of our right foot, keeping the toe curled under in that left foot. Just a few breaths here. Lovely, and then we're going to slide it back and we're going to come fully onto the top of that left foot, draw our butt cheek back down again. Now keep that foot really active. So what you'll find is you've come off your heel and you've got your toes curled under and your butt cheeks lower to the heel. This is harder to maintain. So press into that, even if you have to grab your foot and slide the arms away. Lovely, and then we'll slide it back to center. We'll press it back up into that gate pose. Arms are coming up. We're going to take over our right leg. Lovely little lateral stretch, and then float our right arm up. Increase as much side bend as you can. Inhaling to center, we're going to extend it out to the right. So again here, if you don't need your block up incrementally, fingertips on the floor first. Bring the right arm up above and then stretching it overhead. Okay, maybe bring the whole hand onto the mat. If you've brought the whole hand on the mat, don't be drop the bottom down to the floor. So you bear up on fingertips and pushing that hip forward. Instep of our right foot flexion. Float that leg up. Lovely. Keep it nice and active. And then we're sweeping the arm around, sweeping the leg around, catching hold of our foot. Pressing the foot against the hand against the foot, and the hip forward. Brilliant. And then we'll reach it out. Take the arm up and over. Bringing ourselves back down, gate pose position. Okay, this time here as we come down, we're rolling onto our heel. Good, so same thing here. We're moving it out into that diagonal space. And just breathing. So now we've the foot in a different position with the toes rolled up to the sky, and we're drawing, really lengthening back into our right butt cheek. Just let yourselves go here. This is quite a nice stretch into our right leg. Just let it go. Breathe. Lovely. And we slide the hands in. We're going to change position by just smooching the left foot out a little bit wider. Okay. Lovely. We'll stretch it out first. Great, and as we come up, we're either going to place the block into that right inside thigh. So remember, use something to give you elevation if you need to. And then that right forearm's resting on the mat, palm of the hands facing the sky. We're lifting into that left lateral side, extending the arm up to the sky. Good, really reaching it up and over, and then finding maybe a right little toe, big toe, or maybe hand behind head. Okay, so what we're trying not to do is drop into our left side here. What we're trying to do is get the side stretch. Okay, and then bring it up and over. Brilliant. One more breath here. Keep reaching into this lovely left side. And then we'll bring ourselves to center, and we'll take that lateral stretch over our left leg. Right hand comes up and over. Right, so the forearm might not be down on the floor. You can sneak it away another little bit. And then as we inhale to center, we're going to square ourselves back off into our Parigasana, gate pose position. And this time, okay, just taking the hands directly in front of the leg. So left hand in front of left leg. And inhale, float that lovely right arm up. Lovely. And then as we sweep it all the way up, we're going to bring the left hand back to left heel, right arm's coming up and over. Okay. So think about your half Ustrasana, half camel pose here. And then inhaling to center. So as we come down, we're now going to take the hands either side of this left thigh. Okay. Roll onto the instep of our right foot. You can cup the fingertips in the right hand. Okay. And extend that leg up. Good. So then we're going to sweep it all the way around. Bend that knee. Okay, now use the top of your left shin and left foot effectively, your left hand effectively to find your balance. Find that foot. Draw the shoulder back. So push the foot against the hand against the foot, and the hip away. Brilliant. And then as we release it out, we'll step that foot out wide. We'll come into our wide leg forward fold. Just move your block out of the way, just hang it out. Inhaling to roll it up. Arms come parallel again. We're going to turn the toes in the right foot in slightly, left foot and leg all the way out. Settling into warrior two. Good. And then reverse. As we come back to center, a long lateral stretch down that left thigh, sweeping left hand to floor, right arm up and over. And again, you can just hold onto the shin or just smooch your block in. And then as we release the two hands down, we're literally rolling onto the heel of our right foot, ball of our left foot, pressing that knee out wide, walking the hands slightly forward and dropping the forearms down towards the mat. Good. Okay, and then we can use right hand to stabilize, so we can smooth that left arm in around our left shin. Press into our right heel, extend our right arm out, sweep it around. Good. Nice active feet. Draw back into your right butt cheek. Lovely. Great. And then we'll pop the two hands on the mat. So as we walk around to our left foot, we're going to sweep our right foot behind. Inhale, coming up. Okay, catching hold of our left heel and hand and a little side stretch. What should we say? Right heel and hand here, guys. Sorry. And stretch it out to the left. Right, and then inhaling to center as you exhale, just stepping the 2 feet together. Full forward fold. Inhaling into a half. Exhaling, step, jump or walk back. Plank pose. Floated all the way down, cobra or upward facing dog. Exhaling, downward facing dog. Good, and then gently coming onto our knees, hips width. Okay, softening the tops of the feet of the mat, rolling all the way up. So from here, coming into a Strasana, back bend camel pose. So again, keeping the knees hips width, we can either take the feet out a little bit wider, visually to be able to reach them, okay? Or we can curl the toes under to give a little bit more height and elevation. Or if we have 2 blocks, you can place the feet on a block, okay? Which gives you a little even more height and elevation. So pick something where you think you can work out effectively so you can let the back bend evolve for you. Okay, so whatever you've picked here, okay, bring your awareness to your pelvis, okay, and we're going to tuck the tail under, okay. So tucking that tail under lengthens those quads and engages them and opens out our hip flexors, our glutes engage a little bit here, okay, and we feel the front of the shins and toes pressing down into the mat. So just imagine they're like big long extended feet. From here, placing the palms of the hands on the back body, whether it's fingertips up or fingertips down, okay? And find that as a nice supportive measure. So from here, revisit your tail tuck, extension to your thighs and your quads. And then all I want you to do is breathe into your front body, side body and rib cage, and lift that front chest wall up to the chin. So we're not stretching back here at all yet. Okay, we're just increasing the thoracic spine stretch and the ribs cage stretch. So see how big and puffed out you can make that. So you can create a lovely perfect shelf with your front chest wall. Lovely. Now continuing in that vein here, okay, I just want you to hang back. Okay, so using those quadriceps, keep the chin tucked into the chest, so we've got the hands still working. Good, keep pressing the thighs forward and hanging it back another little bit. Great, up we come. Just release it out, drop the chin into the chest. Good, so we're going to do that again. And then we're going to add on taking the hands then down to the feet. Okay, so what you'll hopefully find is because you've done so much of the work before you get there, it's just a simple matter of just releasing the hands to the mat. Okay, because if you're up here, it's hard to get, but if you've got that lovely upper back stretch, it's easier. So here we go. Hands onto our lower backs, onto our sort of hip area. Tucking the tail under, engaging those quads. Pressing into the shins, tops of the feet. Broaden and widen the rib cage right up into that upper chest wall. Good. Keep the thighs pressing forward and sink back as much as you can, keeping the chin tucked into the chest. So keep engaging those quads. And then from that point, just release the hands and hopefully they'll find those lovely ankles. Okay, maybe they'll find those lovely toes. Okay, so if you're like your back bends and you can place the hands further, place the hands further. And keep pressing the thighs forward, tucking the tail under, releasing the head only if it feels comfortable for you. Lovely, and then gently bringing it up, just take a wee moment here. And as you exhale, just taking the butt cheeks down to the heels. Sitting here for a wee moment, dropping the chin to the chest. And just send the breath into the spine, into the lower back. And then from here, we'll gently peel down. Okay, maybe we're resting the elbows on the floor, cupping the hands around the chin. To then gently let us move, okay, into our Parigasana, just arms around the legs and letting the forehead sink down. So do it very slowly. Our main focus here now is just utilising the breath to stretch out the spine and the lower back. Release any tension you may have accumulated in using those muscles. Lovely, so we'll just slide the hands forward, press up, lift the bums, cross the legs over, just sweep the legs out in front of us. Good. From here, bending right knee, sweeping right foot over that left leg, slide it up as high as it can comfortably go without pushing the left leg out of line of its hip. Simple wrap of the arm around, right thumb, tuck it into your right hip crease, press into that right space. So we're drawing in and we're pressing down, and then we'll just sweep that right arm behind. Okay, so it could be palm of the hand, it could be fingertips. Okay, it may be that you need a block. Okay, but we want to keep the shoulders nice and level. Yeah. Big inhale, and as we exhale, just a gentle tap. Lovely. Now keeping that left active thigh, reach that left arm up and swing the arm over, sailboat arm, give yourself a little extra. Lovely, all over body awareness, right to the ends even of the toes in that left foot and right foot. Round forward, we'll sink back to centre, stretching out right leg. Bending left knee, same thing, taking it up as high up that thigh as is comfortable without swinging right leg out the way. Good. Nice simple wrap, right arm around, placing left thumb into left hip crease. Just gently draw down, so we feel like we're lengthening that thigh bone. And then we'll sweep the left arm behind our hip. Again, finding whatever keeps the shoulders level, and as we exhale, a gentle twist and turn. And then we'll extend that right arm up and tuck the right elbow over that right thigh. Sweeping us around another little bit. Beautiful. Coming back to center from here, just simply Palm of the bums, middle mats will lie down. Tuck the knees tightly into our chest wall. So that's just going to relieve the spine nice and tight. And then we'll float the arms either side of the body and sweep the knees in a lovely ovally shape around our hips. Smoothing out into tail, sacrum, side hips, lower back. And swooping around the other way. Lovely. And then as we pop the feet onto the floor, I want you to lift the bum, smooth that lower back into the mat, spread out that back body, let the arms sweep away from the body, and then just gently extend the legs and feet away. So finding a nice wide stance with the limbs, the lower limbs, and letting little toe side roll out. So again, just mentally scanning the body here, just feel, did you found a place of comfort and rest on the mat? Okay. So the body will have generated a lot of heat from your practice. And particularly you'll feel it rising from the palms of the hands, maybe your cheeks, maybe the tops of the feet. And big breath in, and as you exhale, just gently open the mouth and sigh it all out, let go. Maybe a few of those big inhales, and then the sigh, let it out, let it go, exhale. And then when you close your mouth, lips gently touching, just feel the jaw relax. The tip of the tongue just naturally resting on the back of the teeth. Bring your awareness to your nasal passages and just allow a steady stream of fresh, revitalizing breath. Just gently move up the two nostrils. Just follow that journey down the back of the throat, feeling the lungs expand gratefully to receive that breath. And as you exhale, just visibly, perceptibly soften every single muscle, every single joint, every single ligament. And as you gently lie in the stillness, just being aware of the boundless energy that exists around you. All the different sounds. Feeling you have on the surface of your skin as the air circulates around it. The heat just gently lifting, rising off your body, gently cooled by the circulating air. Lovely. So as we gather ourselves back into this beautiful day, generated a lovely feeling of stillness and quietness. Just allow it to carry with you throughout the day, and if not, leave wherever it is on your mat. So we'll gently wriggle our fingers and wiggle our toes. And as we utilize a big breath, just give ourselves a super stretch. Lovely. Walking the knees in again, smooth the lower back into the mat before lifting the knees, just to be nice and safe. Great. When we're ready, we'll just roll it up into our easy cross-legged. Well done, everybody. Thank you for joining me today. Have a fabulous day. Namaste.